Thank you. I'm Todd Elkins with Urban Works Architecture. We're the lead architect on the project, and what we're going to go over is currently where we are in the design. We just completed schematic design, and tonight we're kind of going to focus on the site design and the exterior of the building. Some of the key points that are listed up here is it's going to be sustainable architecture. It's going to be designed to a LEED Silver standard. It will be a state-of-the-art building. I believe the building will last at least 150 years, but the idea is we want to design a building that works for today and today's technology, but also for future technologies, and has a flexibility as the district's needs grow, change, that the building can grow and change with it. So that's to the efficient operations and maximum efficiencies. We also see this as a great opportunity to be part of the community. It's right on West Broadway. It's a great opportunity to get out in front of the people and the community that it serves. So that's one of the goals that we're looking at, and we'll get into the neighborhood context. Some of the things we'll see is site, exterior, art, public engagement spaces. So we'll get into that. And one of the things I want to point out is when we first did the RFP, it was for the district headquarters only, which was approximately 163,000 square feet. Since then, we've added the adult basic education, the Northside Welcome Center. Tom said 200,000 square feet. That added approximately 30,000, 40,000 square feet to the original program. But due to new construction and building efficiency, we actually can fit all that program into 170,000 square feet. So we're a much smaller building. And to orient people, this is Broadway, Girard, Fremont, which is actually one way this way, Shiloh Temple. And what we've designed, and it was in the RFP, is we have a 4- and 5-story building. 4 stories up here along Broadway with a link we're called the Main Street, and a 5-story portion pushed back behind the new Catalyst building that was recently done. That represents 170,000 square feet. And the associated parking, and this is all on school property right now, is surface parking lots designed to the Minneapolis CPED standards, where we actually have an overstory tree within 50 feet of every parking stall. So the idea is that surface parking, we treat the edges so it's very enjoyable, but also that we have canopy trees to help shade the surface parking lot. What we've done is we've created a plaza on the Broadway side. We like to think of that as the front porch of the building. It's more than just where the front door is, but it's a place where people can meet, gather, and experience the building. In addition, as you will see in other photos, that we've definitely added a lot of glazing to the building. We're very sensitive to the CPT-ED, crime prevention through environmental design strategies to employ on the project. We have what I would call maybe the back porch, but we're calling the courtyard here, that allows for, it's off a break room, so it allows for opportunities for people to go outside and sit, meet, maybe eat their lunch if they brought it. Also, we're trying to design it with some areas for some potential outdoor meeting areas, very casually, when the weather is good. Maybe not quite as good as today, but when it's a little bit cooler, to go out and meet on site. Inside the building, on the first floor, it's really the public floor. That's where we have the boardroom, the Northside Welcome Center, professional development, and other conference and meeting facilities. The idea is that's really where people come and gather, and it's the community portion of the school district. The typical offices will be on the upper floors. One other piece we should say, and it's in relationship to the parking, is this building doesn't just serve the 500 to 600 people who will be there from maybe 9 to 5, but it's got the adult-based education program, which can have maybe up to 100 students coming here. It has the Welcome Center, so new families into the district can come in and meet at any time and off hours. In addition, it serves the 5,000 plus employees of the school district at all the school sites that will come in and use the facilities here. So we see this as bringing a lot of people, more than just the people who will work in this building, to this neighborhood, to this community, as well as create a lot of vitality and activity at this site. So that's it. So that said, we're in schematic design, and so we've done some 3D quick massing of the building. This is looking at the building from the corner of Girard and West Broadway across the street. This is the main door on Broadway. This is the Catalyst project, and then we're looking down Girard here. We haven't really fully articulated the landscaping, so it's a little sparse, but the idea is We looked at the West Broadway Alive design guidelines, and we wanted to look at a clean, modern aesthetic for the building, but also pull into some of those guidelines of vertical windows. Obviously, we think it's very important to have a lot of glazing at the first floor. The idea of transparency, both looking into the building as well as looking out, and be very welcoming. And so we've sort of incorporated the window openings, the idea of maybe not red brick, but that idea of red reflecting the school building, as well as the possibility of looking at the idea of public art, maybe some super graphics, really to represent what this building is all about. And then this is a view from the parking across the street, across Girard. So if you were to park there, this is what you would see. The second main entrance, kind of directly off the parking lot, this is where that courtyard would be. And then this is that front building that faces Broadway. And it's kind of hard to see in this, but looking at subtle different colors and differences between the building, the fenestration, and then this Main Street, this length, this idea that you flow through the buildings and you have very efficient floor plates. And then finally, a little bit more directly across the street of the main entry and the idea of what this looks at. We actually have, looking at an alternate material of a metal panel on the Broadway side, so if you're driving west, there are opportunities from some public art, from some signage, moving to that side, and then also the idea of incorporating public art sculptural elements right at the entry, something that really reinforces that entry. Once again, we're in schematic design and we're developing it further, and but this is sort of takes that leap from where we were in the RFP to really make it into a real building. And I think that's it for our official presentation. Contacts from Mortensen Legacy and the public schools, and I think we'd be happy to take any questions that anybody might have at this